If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I post a new Tom Brady video every day.
I'm not going to try to compare anybody to Tom Brady. So, I mean, I want our quarterbacks to be as good as they can possibly be and play the position and give us the chance every week to win, take care of the football, get guys lined up, get in and out of the huddle. But I don't want to compare anybody in the league, past or present, to Tom Brady.
Randy, you had an opportunity to play with Tom Brady. Tom has been an elite quarterback in this game for so long. But what things don't he get credit for?
Well, I think he doesn't get credit for his defensive mentality.
Okay.
A lot of people think that the quarterback position is a soft position. But dealing with Tom and looking at him throughout the years about how he approaches the game, I really do believe this, Donovan. If he played any other position but quarterback, I know his body and his physical abilities, he has to play quarterback. But if he played any other position, I think he would excel at it, be a Pro Bowler, just because his mentality is so tough that he wants to be able to go out there and tackle. He wants to be able to go out there and hit. But why he cannot? The quarterback position. So I think a lot of people, get a lot of things messed up because of the quarterbacks in the past of supposed to be prima donnas, the pretty boys, all the above. But I think one thing that they get mixed up is his toughness mentally.
Well, what don't they know about Tom? I mean, we know about his relationships and the numbers he's put up, but what don't they know about him?
Well, just for the fact that everybody plays through something. From week one all the way to the end of the season, everybody plays through something. 2008, the year he got hurt with his knee, the following week, he was in the locker room with a knee brace on early in the morning, taking a 3, 5, 7-step drop in the locker room.
With an ACL tear.
With an ACL tear. I'm catching this ball, so I seen it with my own eyes, and I couldn't believe it. I said, man, you're going on IR. He's like, no, Randy, I want to try to play. And then he's played with broken fingers. So a lot of times where you see a lot of these quarterbacks, especially these new generation quarterbacks, that, okay, your ankle's bothering you, we'll sit you down. Your shoulder's bothering you, we'll sit you down. I think he's still the old school quarterback that will play through anything, and I think a lot of people gets that mixed up.
How's Tom now compared to how he was in those early years, like you mentioned, 01 and those first years?
The pliability is probably a little softer. He had some muscle tone. Back in the day, he used to lift. Now the pliability's taken over. I don't know. I mean, he throws at a guy that's open. That's what he does.
When did the relationship start with you and Tom? As quarterbacks, it takes some time. But when did it actually click for you guys?
Well, I think it clicked when I became a New England Patriot. They asked me, is there anything that you need, Randy? I said, no, just maybe give me a Monday here and there. But the one thing that I want you to do, I want my locker, I want my chair right beside Tom Brady's. And the reason why is because I studied Tom Brady. I studied that offense. I understood how they click. And one thing that I wanted to be able to do, I wanted to come from Oakland where, I was in shambles. I wanted to be able to get back to playing the style that I knew how to play. And if I was on the same page with Tom, week in and week out, I needed to know when he was audible. When he was audible from a run to a pass, from a pass to a run, when I could take a break, when I couldn't take a break. And I think a lot of people look at them 23 touchdowns and think that was just pitch and catch. No, that was us being on the same page collectively as an offensive unit and individually with me and him being on the same page at all times.
The back and forth that you had with Brady when you were over on the defensive field and, when you're standing behind the play, how far does that date back, the chirping and all? Does that go back to your playing days when you practiced against him?
March 15th, 2001, whenever the first day of the off-season program started.
You and Tom Brady are very good friends. Are you going to do a little smack talking before you take him on?
Oh yeah, I'm sure I'll do something, but no, I'll let the players play, and I'm just trying to concentrate on what I'm doing. But I may throw a jab in there every once in a while.
Yeah, you mad, bro?
It's funnier every time I see it.
I think Tom is mad.
He doesn't look very happy.
Look how mad Tom is.
That's what happens, man. That's what happens.
Tell us what was the scenario that led to that picture, your conversations? What was going on?
Well, Tom Brady is a little more talkative on the field than a lot of people may be led to believe.
Everybody up here is like, yeah, he is.
He's just competitive, right?
Yeah.
He's incredibly competitive.
He's a great leader.
He's a fantastic leader, and he's a fantastic ball player, I tell you right here. But he does have his fair share of You know, he came up to me and Earl. During TV timeouts, that's when the TV isn't on anybody. Nobody sees anything. And we're standing there talking about, I think we're game planning, talking about route concepts. And he comes up like, so who are you guys? What you mean, who are we?
Oh,
who are you? And he's like, we go back and forth for a little while. Then he looks up at the scoreboard and looks back at us. He's like, come see me after this win. So after the game, they didn't win, but I still came and saw him, as I promised. And everybody got mad at me.
It's your fault.
It's my fault.
Yep.
He invited you. He invited you, and then he was mad, so you asked him, you mad, bro?
Oh, man, I just wanted to know why.
Make sure I get my T-shirt. I want my T-shirt, too.
We got to get him.
Extra medium.
That's weird. Because,
medium. Look at this.
Look at what we have right here.
Bro.
You mad, bro?
Yes.
I love those colors, man.
Yeah, these are nice, right?
They're smooth. They look good right there. If you want one of those, RichardSherman25.com.
Have you mailed one to Brady? Did you ever send one to Tom Brady?
I tried to. They wouldn't give me the address, so I got to send it to the Patriots.
Oh, they'll get it to him. Just send it to their facility. I'm sure they'll put it in his locker.
He'll appreciate it.
Oh, that's good stuff.
When's the last time Brady yelled at you?
Probably like last week on just a little something. I mean, it's kind of like a married couple. I don't get yelled at as much, but I get a look like, come on, what are you doing, babe? Come on, babe.
Are you allowed to yell at him?
I do sometimes. I feel, I don't know. I probably shouldn't, but I'll yell at him here and there.
Yeah.
But he'll put me in my place.
If you had to pick a current Patriot with the best head of hair, who would it be?
Oh, man, the best head of hair. I mean, there's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of guys with, I know Tom, he'll be 40 this year. He has good head of hair. Julian has good head of hair. Danny has good head of hair. I mean, there's quite a few to pick from. So there's a lot of guys.
What type of connection off the field did you have with your quarterback, T.O.?
Oh, we really didn't have. I never really had that.
So no dinners, no coming over to the house, no hanging.
Nope, never.
Was that you? Was that them? Was it mutual? What do you think?
No, I can't really say that anybody's at fault. It just wasn't one of those things that we did. And I know, like I said, that's something that sometimes that develops the chemistry, the camaraderie.
Right.
But that's something, like I said, I never did. Everybody kind of just went their separate ways and did their own thing. Had they invited me, I'm pretty sure I probably would have been receptive to it, but that was nothing that either one of us initiated. I just never really had that rapport.
Hold on, you and McNabb didn't connect in Philly, bruh?
Yeah. In Philly, that was probably like the first time I had a quarterback really just, interacting and really had. Yeah, so in Philly, I initiated that because even when I was in San Francisco, I had get-togethers and parties and what have you, but it wasn't like any of the quarterbacks, came through or what have you. It wasn't, like I said, it wasn't one of those things where it was I was trying to develop some chemistry or rapport with the quarterbacks. Again, they were doing their own thing or what have you. But when I went to Philly, man, I had parties. It was fun. Donovan was coming over.
What year was that? What year was that?
04.
No, what year was it for your career that you went to Philly? What year in your career?
Year 9.
Okay, so T.O., in year 9, the prior 8 years, you felt that year 9 was the year that you really felt. Well, the reason why I'm asking that, because I say this time and time again, I always wanted to feel like I was a part of a team. And I've been on some good teams, hats. We went, 15-1, but I was a rookie. I wasn't a leader of the team. I didn't go out for the coin toss. I didn't feel a part of the team. I just made plays for that team. So I never felt like I was a part of a team until I went to New England, T.O., and where you got my back, I got your back. And that's why I'm asking this question, because just to hear you say that, regardless of your quarterbacks and the players that you had, offense and defense, you saying that you went into year 9 where you threw parties, the guys was receptive, everything was cool. Was that your first Super Bowl appearance?
Yeah, that was that was my first Super Bowl appearance. I'm glad you mentioned that about, feeling a part of a team where guys felt like, they had each other's back. Honestly, that's in a sense, when we played, I felt that was the case, but then there were some things that transpired, off the field or outside of football where I didn't feel like guys had my back. And obviously, Donovan and I, we had that riff or what have you, where he supported, some teammates, publicly in regards to contractual things such as that. And then when it came to me, when we were leading up to the Super Bowl, and there were questions asked of him about me, was whether I was going to play this, and that, and the other. And he made some little, kind of like little snide remarks with that, we don't need T.O. to win the Super Bowl, things of that nature. That's what got me and rubbed me the wrong way when, as a quarterback and leader and captain of the team, especially for someone of his caliber, I felt like he could have articulated or addressed the media in a way that didn't really come off so sideways. And so I never really felt like he had my back when we were on the field. There were some times, like I said, I felt like I didn't get the ball thrown to me because he had control of the ball. And there were times during the course of the game where I had plays drawn up for me and I'm wide open and I didn't get the ball. And I go back to the sideline. I'm talking to the coach. He's looking at me like weird. And I'm asking my coach, yo, what's going on? I'm like, I was wide open. And I'm like, before I made any type of assumption, I'm like, yo, did he get pressured? Did he get out of the pocket?
That's the first thing we wonder. That's the first thing we wonder.
What happened?
When it's your call, coach call your play. You've been telling me all week the ball coming to you. Then when you don't get the ball, that's the first thing as a wide receiver we sit there and wonder, man, was he flustered? Did he get off his spot or something? But I'm with you.
Right. So I went. That was, like I said, a particular game where that happened, and that was kind of really the kind of like the downside and kind of just the demise of our relationship. When I started seeing things like that happen, and even my coach, he was just like. He looked at me straight. He was like, I don't know why he didn't throw it. He was like, he was in the pocket. The pocket was clean. He just didn't throw it.
My philosophy about the game of football is this: middle school, high school, college, or pros. I don't care in the pros. Let's say the pros, 3 hours. Can we come together one time out of 7 days for 3 hours to accomplish one goal? I don't care what you did Friday. I don't care how much alcohol. I don't care all that stuff. I don't care what you did. But can we come together one day out of 7 days for 3 hours to accomplish this one goal? That's why I said that the teams that I've been on, it never seemed that the 53 men that was on the roster year in and year out that, hey, so what? You got drunk. So what? You did this. So what? You did that. Hey, bro, it's game day. So for whatever was going on during the week, we got in a pushing match on Wednesday or Thursday, but now we can't come together on Sunday.
Right.
So that's what I mean by I never really felt a part of the team, because you have 3 or 4 guys over here, you have 4 or 5 guys over here, you have a group over here. So when I finally got to New England, it was kind of like, hey, Moss, we don't care where you came from. We don't care what you've accomplished, what records. Hey, bro, we only care about today and moving forward. And I was like, wow, nobody has ever put it to me like that. So when I went to New England, it was kind of like that I could let down my guard, I could breathe, I could woo-saw, and just get to playing football.
That's it for this video. I post a new Tom Brady video every day, so please like and subscribe. That way you'll always have a new Tom Brady video to watch every single day.